Good morning, fellow Ambazonians. Today, na Sunday, number 30 day for this number 1 month for the year 2022. My name na Capo Daniel, the Deputy Defense Chief of the Ambazonia Governing Council, aka Sense Past King. Welcome to our daily podcast, a program who will bring you the truth, nothing but the truth, and critical analysis with updates for the Ambazonia Liberation Movement. Fellow Ambazonians, an Ambazonian refugee we will be interviewing last time for he come inside Biafra land, Nigeria. He don't die. He will be killed by Cameroon military as he try to go back for a village, despite the concern we be raised during the interview. Say the refugee they not feel return because of fear for their life from Cameroon military.
Sir, you can see Ashu, Michael, his wife and his children. This is the senior one. This is the junior one. You see his wife crying there. Thank you.
So the wife, it then be orphan, and 2 children then be stranded. Even attempt for retrieve a body, the Nigerian authority that they deny because they want hide this evidence for crimes. This Mr. Ashu, it then been one of many of Ambazonian refugees them where they then be assassinated by the Cameroon military right for within Nigerian territory, as some of the attempt for come back for meet their family members for the cross river states and across the border between Ambazonia and Nigeria.
We go to the police station for the village called Batriku. We meet the DPO. We discuss. The DPO tell us that then went there to tell them let them bring the corpse to the mortuary. The people then deny. And the community youth chairman, we prayed for them that they should allow our body should come to the mortuary. They exist that them when person die for there, they cannot bring that person out from.
So the body for the dead refugee, they deny for bring them for hand them for the family because they no one forget proof of Cameroon military their killing of our refugees. We'll pass the case to the State Department of the Ambazonia Governing Council to encourage the refugees to write a protest letter to the UNHCR for follow-up. Why in La République du Cameroon, the hand of God have not yet done with them, as huge fire don't catch for Isam Vogumbi market for the capital city for La République du Cameroon for Yaoundé, destroying several shops. Video footages, it show how the whole market is done burn. We ask Ambazonians, especially Ambazonian fighters, where they don't enter for La République du Cameroon for carry out sabotage operations against Cameroon, their facility, made them to begin smell the smell for fire. We would then be used to as they are picking the down cross for inside our territory, the bomb villages them. If you feel bring down any building for La République, where you go feel sabotage them, for cripple them, make them feel the pain of the war, do not hesitate for do them. If you get an opportunity and you don't know how for do them, contact we will go help you how for do them. As La République du Cameroon, they struggle for win the Nations Cup. You go feel say football, not time for celebrate where the whole world is celebrate the achievement for any hosting country. But for La République du Cameroon, the war in it is stop for criticize them as they host the Nations Cup at the backdrop of a genocidal war where they wage against La République. The stadium, their flagship stadium, it can be suspended. All international press they focus only for the death and die body the way they see for La République. Their man, their ambassador, Milla, he complained.
Pour cette question, pourquoi? Est-ce que c'est le seul drame qu'il y a eu dans un stade de football depuis que le football existe? Je ne suis pas du tout d'accord et je demande à tous ceux-là qui veulent critiquer inutilement le Cameroun, qu'ils arrêtent, qu'ils arrêtent de critiquer ce qu'ils veulent, mais pas le Cameroun, parce que nous, on se bat pour donner la chance.
So Roger Milla, it talks to make the international community they need to over criticize Cameroon, like say the die body them where then kill them for they it don't mean anything. The Cameroon they come with the reality for the war, say human life it actually matters, and the war they actually care about those innocent people the way they don't die for that stadium due to recklessness and reckless opening of doors without following protocol, as their own investigation it show. Cameroon now one of the most corrupt country with a government where it gets zero credibility in the eyes of the international community. While in the capital of Ambazonia in Boya, one francophone French Cameroon citizen idan be arrested, be beaten, almost be burned alive as Ibidi Waka they pretend say be Cameroon terrorist forces. They harass our citizens them, in particularly targeting students them. They seize their phone and their money. The man in name Nandongo na a Bameleke where they talk pidgin very well, and a person where he know our Ambazonian culture very well. He then depose himself as a Cameroon police. The worker harass students them for Boya for a long time, seizing their money and their mobile phones. This case it also show we the mindset where La Republique du Cameroon their citizens then get them with Ambazonians them. They see we like people for exploit them. If one of them feel begin to pretend as a military man, the worker harass our people them, they take their money, now so they think of we subject of exploitation. For another news, the Ambazonian Governing Council it then organized a successful fundraiser for raise money for arm our boys and for ground zero for self-defense and for fight for liberate our country. The president of Ambazonia Governing Council, leader of our war of liberation, Dr. Cho Ayaba, he addressed the people in that fundraising conference call.
I want Ambazonians to join. She's been doing. I promise that Amba will reach transition this year. I am becoming more certain that we will reach transition this year. I'm working extremely very hard to bring back respectability to our diplomacy, and I think we are making some huge progress. We are working also very hard to ensure that there is command and control on the ground. There is coordination in action, level of collaboration in terms of intelligence sharing and operation in Amazonia within our forces. And I think we are making some huge gains. I also want to send a very strong warning to scavengers who think they can exploit the coming together of our forces. So, for the first time, I hear governments asking for the military to do a coup d'etat. The leadership of our struggle is out here. It is not in our military. It's a political liberation, and the leadership is out here. And at this moment, I am providing that leadership to the Ambazonian people. All those who thought they could hijack our struggle and assign themselves titles which are not supposed to be to them cannot today ask our forces to take over. No leader should be asking a military coup d'etat in a liberation struggle. That's a sign of desperation. But I want to assure our people that we will bring everyone together. I have said, and I will explain that tomorrow in a very deep way, that we have provided the vanguard role of our struggle to make sure that it is not derailed, it is not hijacked, and it is not usurped. Liberation struggles are easy to be hijacked. They are easily manipulated because it's a tough road to walk through. So we have provided an effective vanguard role to ensure that what we do must meet up with the aspirations of our people. And we will continue to provide that leadership and that direction that can lead our people to freedom.
Regarding the duty to support the liberation, the leader of our war of liberation had this to say.
Leadership. To defeat Cameroon outrightly or to weaken them to the state where the only option left will be for them to come to the table. And I think the actions that our forces are taking on the ground is making that endgame a reality. We should commit more, Ambazonians. I say this because liberation struggles are expensive. Our commitment is below expectation. It's below expectation. You cannot liberate a land with this level of commitment. We talk more and do less. We talk more and do less. I want you to take a pen and paper, put it in front of you, and ask yourself whether in 2021 you committed enough to buy an AK-47. If it doesn't meet up, and then it doesn't sit well, it is not offering what you have to spare that frees the people. It's offering all what you have. Give me your freedom. It's not committing your blood in times of desperation. Being able to carry a rifle, knowing that you may die for freedom. That's how we define commitment. I can assure you people, 100%, we will do the counting. We will not enter Boya. That's why we have put the survival levy. Any cultural group, and let them listen carefully, any cultural group, any alma mater, any social group that has received our letter has to pay a survival levy of $1,000. If you don't, none of your members will enter the territory. We will arrest you and you will pay triple. It is by force. We are no longer begging. Any company that will not pay the liberation tax, you should count yourself out of Ambazonia. We cannot have thousands of our people in the diaspora. They are unable to commit on a monthly basis. They are engaged in what I perceive to be shallow political activism. They have been corrupted. This is a call to duty. I also talk to members of the Ambazonian Governing Council, my cabinet members, defense advisories, policies. You don't attend a fundraiser, we will throw you out of the offices. We must lead by example. If you are in your mission, it is door to door, salon to salon, to mobilize not only our people, but friends of freedom to support us. If you think you simply hold a position and sit back with emotional distress because you have differences with any person, why forces die on the ground because they lack bullet, know that you don't have a space. This thing is a commitment for the freedom of 8 million Ambazonians. It's laying a legacy that the next generation will be able to look back and know that you walk the walk and talk the talk. I want to thank our South African compatriots. The leadership in South Africa, I salute your bravery. I salute you all from the depth of my heart on behalf of the Ambazonian Governing Council and the Ambazonian people. I have been there with you. From Cape Town to Johannesburg, how you walk from salon to salon, mechanic shop to mechanic shop, football field to mobilize our people to ensure that they can commit to our freedom. I see how the leaders in South Africa lead by example, to mobilize resources for emergencies, to make sure that we have bullets, to make sure that soldiers are equipped. I really want to thank you and to assure you that Ambazonia will not forget the enormous sacrifices that you people made for their freedom. And that freedom is no longer in doubt. Never ever doubt it. This is a turning point year. And I encourage you to continue to mobilize. To our women, our ladies who are taking care of the widows, the orphans. When soldiers fight, they die. They leave behind wives, girlfriends, children, mothers, fathers. The devotion to your country must be reflected on how you think about your fathers and mothers and children when they are no longer there. It is not measured on how you call them my boys, our boys when they are alive. It is tested when they are killed. What you do afterwards, how you look after the orphans. And I think I'm so happy with what I'm seeing, that we are committed to the orphans, we are committed to the widows, we are committed to the parents. And I know they are praying for all of us to make sure we succeed so that the death of their kids must not have been in vain.